Don't mess with the frame in OBS. It doesn't like it. Note to self.
Oh my god. Let's see a Virgil Druzy over there.
Huh?
Well, there are my
Hey,
fans.
you like? Tim's here, the trainer.
Oh,
I need you to find him.
I don't know how he looks.
All right, we'll do the lineups at 5 minutes to the start of the first period, just so everyone gets in here. Currently watching the World Series Game 7 on my phone. The Blue Jays just took a 3-0 lead over the Dodgers. The LA-born in the Weber State locker room not happy about that. The 3 Canadian-born are ecstatic with that. Like I said, we'll go over the starting lineups in about 5 minutes, and we'll see you then. Crowd filling in early here tonight. It is fan appreciation night. Lovely to see a lot more fans than last night. Last night was Halloween, however, and it being a college team, there were a few parties going around campus. All right, 5 minutes to go here before the start of the game. So let's go over the starting lineups. First, for the visiting University of Montana Grizzlies, they come into tonight's contest 5 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss. Last year's ranking, they were ranked 11th in the West. And this will be the last time we use last year's rankings, as the Division II rankings will come out on the 5th. Forward, number 12, left wing, Ben Kramers. Centering the side, number 3, Max Tajala. And number 21 on the right wing, Eaton Gerlinick. In defense on the left side, number 24, Teague Wagner, and number 23, Mac Klein on the right. In net, number 33, Nash Wilson. And now for the host, Weber State Wildcats, coming in tonight's contest 15-0. Last year's ranking having them in the 4th spot, right behind Metro and the University of Utah. Left wing, number 41 from Buena Park, California, Louis Azadi. Centering the side, number 9 from Boney Lake, Washington, Andrew Alonzo. And right wing, number 62 from Saratoga Springs, Utah, Keegan Clark. In defense, we have the James brothers. Left side, number 21, Cooper James. Right side, number 5, Parker James. As I said, they were brothers, both of them coming from Long Beach, California. In net for the Wildcats, number 33 from Falcon, Colorado, Eric Buchholz. We'll see you back here shortly for the start of the first period. University of Montana now taking the ice. Now Weber entering the game to a thunderous applause. Starting lineups being announced in rink.
And for Weber, left defense, from Long Beach, California, number 21, Weber. Right defense, from Long Beach, California, number 5, Parker James. Left wing, from Portland, California, number 41, Louis Asadi.
All right, getting ready here to go. Cameraman back on duty. Had to hurry and go talk to the trainer. Face-off tied up now, won by Weber. No off the draw going the way of Montana. They'll dump it in. Fourth line for Weber starting things here, up to Alonzo now. Alonzo tries to hit Clark, pass intercepted. Buckholtz back to collect. He'll send it to Parker James. His pass to Alonzo goes just broken up. Alonzo removes the man from play. Montana with it, centering pass. No one home for Montana. That'll exit the zone and come all the way out, down to Wilson. Long pass, tipped, now intercepted from Weber, over to Poole. Over to Artukovic, and he sends to Hunter, just went by whoever Montana took a swing at it. Refs waved off icing. Weber now with it. Norwood, the captain, sending it up to Artukovic. Shot, saved by Wilson. Glove side of Wilson now. Norwood in the circle. No, Hunter wins it to Norwood. Now back to Artukovic. Now over to Kalashkov. Shot almost rings onto the back side of the net. Just took a weird bounce off of Wilson's pad. Almost trickled in. Rebound controlled by Weber. Now with Hunter, who sends it towards the net. Blocked away by Wilson. Rebound controlled by Weber. Norwood, long pass over to Artukovic now at the blue line. Up to Kalashkov. Over to Poole. Sends a shot in, tipped, and into the upper netting. Both teams feeling each other out in the first 2 minutes here. Weber with sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Face-off won by Weber. Over to Feed, down to Mater. Sends a shot in, loose, still loose. Wilson looked to have for a moment. Now over to Morrill, shot, save, almost went 5-hole on Wilson. Now Welland dumps it in for Montana. Morrill collects, sends it up. Morrill, a 6'5" D-man. Bashir on it for Weber. Tries to pass it up to Mater. A few players tripping now. Mattingly on it behind the net. He's hit off. Pinned. Morrill collects. Tries to center it. Intercepted though. Turned over for Seed. Seed bank pass over to Bashir. Bashir dumps it in. Montana now. Turning it over in front. Bashir sends a pass to Takatani. Bank pass to himself, and now he'll send it down around the net. Trying to link up with a Reed. Intercepted now. Montana will have it. Pass up now through neutral ice with Daniel Rabbit. Turned over now. Long pass up to Takatani. Doesn't go, and that'll be an icing against Weber State. $17:05 here to go in the first frame. Face-off tied up, won by Weber in their own zone. And puck up and out of play. And it looks like in Toronto, the benches have cleared for a moment. Looks like cooler heads were about to prevail. And now the pushing and shoving has started once again. Game 7 of the World Series. Face-off won by Montana here. Intercepted by Weaver. Pass up to Takatani. Takatani fights through the check. Sends it over. Intercepted. Tried to link up with Reed. Reed hits a man. Loose. Still loose. No one home for Weaver to collect. Hughes down to Takatani now. Up to the blue line now. Parker James sends it in. Schuster shot. Point blank. Saved by Wilson. Montana State controls the rebound. Up to Gerlinick, who just loses it off the stick handle. Centered pass. Deflected from Buchholz. Down in. Intercepted by Cooper James. Up to Schuster. Schuster hit off. And pass tipped up into the upper netting. We are watching the World Series here very well, or very closely, I should say. 3 Canada natives, about the same for California here at the Weber State locker room. So there's been some trash talk back and forth. Who's going to win it, the Blue Jays or the Dodgers? Weber State with it now. Artukovic, one of those California natives. Pass up to Schuster, who wins the race to the loose puck off the dump in from Artukovic. Azadi, one of the other California natives. Big Dodgers fan there, 41. Montana now gains his own shot in. Goes wide. Montana corrals behind the net still. Now pin that near side. Now puck comes loose, ringing out. Still really loose. Azadi now picks it up for Weaver, gains the zone, has Hunter skating with him. Hunter dicing around. Pass down in, tip, shot. Rebound controlled by Morrill of Weber as he's hounded. Tipped in, just kept on by Feed. Shot goes wide. Now it's Upton leading the charge. Shot in for Montana, saved by Buchholz. Morrill. His pass intercepted. However, it did exit the zone. Played offsides, picked off by the captain, Norwood, getting it down to the Montana zone where it's dispossessed. And now back to Feed. Up to Kalashkov now. Up to Hunter. Slows up, shot, glove down by Wilson. Face-off one here by Weber. Shot goes wide. A rebound controlled by Weber. Looks like Mattingly back to Vashir now. Over to Parker James. Shot, tip, right in front. Shot, score! On the goal, real quick, we'll get the puck dropped, and then we'll go over. Face-off won by Weber. Number 10, Corey Mater gets the goal, assisted from number 5, Parker James, and number 11, Simon Bashir. Montana tries to answer back real quick. Buckholz makes the save off the line. Another shot goes wide. Montana now trying to answer back very quickly. Sustained pressure now. Into the corner now at the blue line with Klein. Sends it down in. Blue line pass. Bringing it down to Tajala now. Intercepted up to Mattingly. Mattingly. He gets the clearance. Now it's with the Montana captain, Wagner, and he passes over to Klein. And they'll dump it in. Icing waved. Hughes. No, that's cool. Both of them got a bit of lettuce going on. Centering pass. Shot in. Rebound. Saved by Wilson. Weber almost up 2-0. Again, on the goal, number 10, Corey Mater, assisted by number 5, Parker James, and number 11, Simon Bashir. Face-off won by Montana with Neibauer. His pass up to Pankratz. Now over to Wagner. I'd say Gray Wagner. There's 2 Wagners. I just noticed that now. Intercepted. High bounce off. Weber will win the race. Thanks to the quick skating of Takatani. Centered pass to Hughes, broken up. Now Pankratz with it, and he'll dump it in and complete the change for Montana. Poole wins the race to the loose puck and gets it up to Reed. Reed now gains the zone for Weber. Bank pass up to Schuster, driving in. Up to Morrill now at the blue line. Shot tipped wide by Plant. Schuster now over to Clark. Dishes it to Feed, over to Morrill. Shot tipped wide. And I'll tell you what, even his snapshots from number 3, Colin Morrill, are high velocity. If I was a goalie, I wouldn't want them coming at me. Now, especially, don't even get me started on a slap shot. Woo! Talking 70, 80 miles an hour coming right at you. Couldn't be me. I don't know how goalies do it. Face off here. Ref faked me out for a moment. Montana wins the face off in their own zone. High tip off. Feed now collects over to Morrill. Back to Feed. Back to Morrill. Long pass up to Clark. Gains the zone. Has Schuster trailing. Shot just wide. Alonzo Corrals. Shot in. Saved by Wilson. And we'll have a face-off glove side of Wilson. Face-off, one here by Montana, still in their own zone, pinned now by Clark and Schuster, forcing the turnover, still pinned. Montana still struggling to get out of their zone after winning the face-off originally, now with Schuster. Loose once again, high clearance out. Parker James corrals for Weber. Tipped aside. Now Schuster corrals. He sends up to Alonzo, who puts someone in the spin cycle. He'll ring it around the boards. Picked up by Norwood. Just couldn't corral it cleanly. Now Montana with it, picked off by Hunter. He dances around a man. Still with it, long pass up to Rauskoff. He gets waived for icing. I'll tell you what, this top line for Weber, Caden Hunter centering. You've got Kalashkov and Norwood on the wings. That's a scary line to be facing. And as a Bruins fan, it brings me flashes of the perfection line. Bergeron, Marchand, and Pasternak. Face off, won by Kalashkov. Over to Hunter now. To the blue line to Artukovic, sends it back down to Hunter. Deals back to Artukovic. Centered, great defensive work there from Montana to break up the attack. However, Weber get the puck, they send it in, intercepted by Montana. Now they gain the zone, send someone in. Buchholz covers the puck. A few Weber State players not happy with the extra poke check there. And Weber will go to the penalty box. It's going to be 92, Matt Houle for a cross check. Face off, won by Montana, back to Wagner. Shot in, tipped, saved by Buchholz. 9:09 here to go. Face-off infraction. Montana State had to exit the zone. Face-off won initially by Montana. Weber get the clearance that'll exit play. The Weber bench that'll come back to the Weber zone. Blocker side of Buchholz. Face off, won by Montana, back to the blue line now. Shot ringed in, loose. Took a weird bounce off the glass, almost bouncing kindly to a Montana stick. And Norwood now gets the clearance all the way down to Wilson, who corrals it and leaves it for Klein. Blue line now, Klein down in. Shot just goes through the slot. Klein corrals it for Montana now at the blue line. Sends it down in towards Tajula. Tajula sends it to Niebauer. Over to Kramers now, who cycles through. Dispossessed by Takatani and gets the clearance all the way down. As they set up with Klein. I did forget to do my jersey review for Montana's jerseys. They're wearing their black aways. Centering now, shot saved by Buchholz. Kept in by Hamlin. And pass goes awry, they'll have to reset. Dark, so kind of a maroon, black jerseys, white accents. Two dark colors, it's hard to make those work very well, but Montana normally makes those work very well. Long pass up. Weber State now out of the box. Over to Theed. Mater now with the pass from Azadi back. Center tried to get it to Hunter, just couldn't. Pass intercepted. Morrill. Pass up to Azadi, finds its way. Mater streaking in, shot. Rebound. Originally saved by Wilson. Now up to Mater. Now he'll dump in, and Weber will go for a quick line change. Up to Pankratz now. Has Baird. Intercepted now by Bashir. Centering pass just broken up by Montana. Now Plant takes the charge. Centering pass broken up, kept in by Upton. Shot tipped by Mattingly. He got a body to it. Now Morrill with it. Pass up to Mattingly, finds its way. Pass up to Bashir, intercepted. Now up to Graves for Montana. Bringing it down in. Buckholz now sends it to Morrill. Bashir now streaking up. Hounded shot. Glove down and saved by Wilson. Let's continue that jersey review. I like it. Montana's known for this kind of black, burgundy, and white. I will say, though, they are going to get bonus points for me for having nameplates. Not a lot of the Montana schools do. I don't like the script logo. I don't know. It's just something about me. Face off here. Schuster has to step back up. Face off one. That could be personal bias, as these are two Big Sky rivals, and the script Grizz logo haunts Weber State in football and basketball yearly. You can look at today's matchup between the football teams of these two schools, Montana and Weber. Montana ran away with that one early and never gave up the lead. Centering pass for Montana goes awry. It'll come down to Wilson, sends it up. Now behind their own net. So I'm going to give their jerseys about a 7.5. The 7 gave it a bonus 0.5 for the nameplates. Weber now dumps it in. Sorry, Montana dumps it in now. Bulett gave me the 6-7 sign. Cool. Now over to Cooper James. Tipped. Wilson. Kalashkov will win the race. Tried to center it. Just couldn't get it to go. Norwood now causing some disruption on the forecheck. Now Montana has it. Pankratz up. Driving now. Shot. Goes tipped wide. Rebound. Tipped up to Hunter, who has Norwood skating through. Kalashkov there to pick up the loose puck. Drives to the net. No one home for Weber. Feed collects. Over to Artukovic. Up to Kalashkov. Tipped in. And Wilson lets it stop play. I'll tell you what. Freezing tonight here in the rink. Here in Ogden. I'm wearing 2 layers. The girlfriend's wearing 3 layers and a blanket. Face off, won by Montana here. In their own zone, they'll ring it around the boards. Theed intercepts off the clearance. Centered, no one home for Weber. Walker now with it. Tries to bank it out. Still pinned on that far side now. Comes loose for the Grizz. Wagner. That's Teague Wagner. Up to Plant. Intercepted by Hughes. And Hughes dumps it down for Takatani, who gets pinned. Puck loose now with the Grizz. Turned over. Weber fans wanted an original call, but the extra shove from number 5, Soren Wieland, sees Weber State now on the man advantage. Face-off won by Weber, back to Hool. Over to Hunter, back to Hool. Shot tipped aside by Wilson. Intercepted, just couldn't get it. Kalashkov at the blue line. Weber now with it. Hunter dicing around a forechecking Grizz. Hunter drives, holds up, gives it to Kalashkov. Over to Hunter now. Shot saved by Wilson, fighting through a screen. Face-off won by Weber, back to Hool. Sends it in, shot. Glove down by Wilson. Face-off won by Weber here. Hool just couldn't keep it in. He'll collect and reset the attack for Weber here on the man advantage. A minute to go. Hool drives in, slows up now. Up to Hunter now at the blue line. Over to Kalashkov, who will drive in. Back to Hunter. Over to Hool. Street and shot. Ruffles from the net. Almost celebrated that one. Now with Mattingly behind the net. Sending it to Norwood now. Up to Kalashkov. And the net's off its moorings. So we'll stop up and reset. Face-off won by Weber here. Over to Mater now from Cooper James. Mater back to Cooper. Over to Alonzo now, who drives in, sends it down to Reed. Back to Cooper James at the blue line, sends a shot in. Glove down from Wilson. Two notable Weber alums sitting behind the broadcaster booth. Mr. Cole Van Orman and netminder Kyle Lane in the building tonight. Face-off won by Weber. Shot rings wide. Controlled by Weber, though. Cooper James with blue line. Shot saved by Wilson. 3 seconds to go on the man advantage. Face-off infraction. Tajala has to reset. Face-off now won by Montana. And that'll kill the penalty. .109 here to go. Face-off won by Weber Takatani over to Morrill, just couldn't link up. Offside's the call. Face-off won by Montana. Teague Wagner leads the charge. Still with it. Shot point blank. Deflected by Buchholz. Now Takatani sends it over to Morrill, who sends it to Azadi. Azadi hit. Able to dish it to Morrill, though. Morrill sends a shot in, goes wide. Takatani controls the rebound, now driving in. Holds up the blue line for Parker James. Shot saved by Wilson. And I'll tell you what, Wilson had to react quickly. He did not see that one coming. Setting up now Schuster and Pezzi for Weber. Schuster wins the faceoff, no one there. Artukovic corrals. He'll send it over to Theed, who dishes to Schuster, no, to Alonzo. Wagner, intercepted by Clark. Theed collects the loose puck for Weber. 10 seconds here to go. Weber looking to just avoid a catastrophic play, dumping it in for, and that'll take us to the end of the first period. Weber State 1, Montana 0.
You're special.
I always shot that person.
My curls like I put them in the back. I feel like I need to like. Now people are shooting my Like, did they do morning again or no?
Huh?
They do morning?
Oh yeah, they just did. They did it. She told one.
That's quick.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
No, sure. So who was the guy you ran into?
Oh, Rita. Short guy. She could be from the store.
They all seem short. They all seem tiny.
You know, we have 2 older guys.
They all seem tiny. Like, actually, they all seem tiny.
We were all kind of small kids.
I guess you're just like, their feet look so good. Like, they look like,
We have a large size.
and you never answer me. What size shoe are you?
11, sometimes 11 after. Like, go to 10 and a half. Scooter. Like, ski scooter.
That's way bigger than my dad's feet. So, my dad's like a 7. Sucks to be here and keep going. My problem. Like, I had to size out, so you're good. Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be speaking with you on Saturday. Saturday, I'm not going to be
I'm fine, let's go on myself. I'll go with you. I'll just
Okay, like, can you speak anything? So, like, can you get down with things?
I never know that.
You're probably good at it.
I'm going to keep telling you on this pattern, and so you see it one day, they're either like, okay, yeah, this is not, it's fucking with that.
If you don't know, like, my standards, yeah,
I don't.
you, like, don't understand, like,
Like, I do understand the standards, and that's why I do. Yes, sir, Roxy. Hey, I'm already here, good. Peace out, man. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna go ahead, dude. You sexy, dude. Yeah, I'm scared, dude. You look at it once in a while. Oh my God, what? Oh, this thing is way stupid.
And then the zoom is up
Wait,
here.
we're zooming this hole now?
Yeah. Don't swear.
You're good. So up here, there's a little lever. That way, it zooms out. Towards you, zooms in. So, yep. So, zoom out. Zoom out. You can kind of mess around with it. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Oh, yeah.
Montana making their way on the ice. Now Weber State joining him to a thunderous applause. Buckholz getting escorted down by Hunter and Morrill. And they're quickly joined in by Cooper James, making sure their netminder is well defended. Montana State, their netminder, joined by their bench netminder and two others. Looks like Todula and Kramers.
I won't.
You'd say both.
Hey, this one doesn't
both.
move at least. Ours
Huh?
used to like drift and no stick drift on this one.
So the cool part about this one, it'll rebound to center very slowly.
Look, I'm watching this game through this tiny camera.
Face off now, Alonzo in for Weber, Todula in for Montana. Kramers and Azadi a little antsy. Face off won by Alonzo over to Parker James. He gets it up to Clark. And Montana get the dump in. A few fans wanted a high hit there against Montana. However, Clark shorter. Any hit on him is going to be a little high. But there was no malice behind it, no hard contact. And he skates away fine. Clark retreats, collects it for Weber. Over to Cooper James, up to Azadi, just lost it in his skates. And Weber corrals it from Parker James after the Montana dump. Big pass up to Clark.
Oh, that's a late call.
Clark looked like he won the race. They call icing. And that'll come all the way down to the Weber zone.
That one too.
Face-off won by Weber in their own zone. Azadi on it. Up to Clark. To Alonzo. Alonzo gets hounded by three Grizz. And they'll dump it in. James to collect for Weber. Tries to send it to Azadi. Weber now with it. Cooper James leads the charge. Up to Alonzo, and he'll dish it down in as Weber goes for a platoon swap. Montana, pass intercepted. Hunter almost breaks free. Artugovic over to Poole. Back to Artugovic now. Pass up to Kalashkov. Centering pass, no one home. Montana, bank pass in. Poole collects, sends it into the corner for Kalashkov. Spins around a man. Over to Norwood now. Norwood drives up, passes to Hunter. Shot blockered away from Wilson. Kalashkov sends it down to Norwood, who has the puck bounce over his stick blade. And the turnover goes Montana's favor now. Baird over to Whelan. Shot wide. A rebound. Tipped now Upton. Shot saved by Buckholz. Live in from the World Series, 3-2 Toronto lead. Unsure of what inning we're in. Looks like middle of the sixth. Face-off won by Weber in their own zone. They try to exit the zone. Turnover. And the reverse hit sees a Wildcat go down to the ice. High tip now, Wagner. Almost pickpocketed by Mater, who would have been home free. Pass up to Rochcliffe. Behind the net, Morrill sends a man off the puck. Montana still with it. Breaks free. Mater gets the clearance. Over to Bashir, who lost it in a Grizz pair of skates. Still with it now. Bashir sends a shot blocked away. Seed controls the rebound, just fanning on the wraparound. Pass now. Clearance from Montana, collected by Reed. Now Morrill up to Bashir. Bashir dumps it in, and he'll complete the line change now for Hughes. Tipped in, right in front. Takatani just gets stick check. Kramers kicks it, and icing waved. Kramers wins the race to the loose puck. Centering pass, home alone shot, saved by Bucky. You say Buckholz. We know him here as Bucky. Face off won by Weber over to Takatani now. He races up, pass to Cooper. Takatani now just dumps it in. Montana collects. Pass over now, Takatani. The pass to Takatani intercepted. Korlenik shot tipped up and out of play. Face off, tied up. One now by Weber. Pass up to Clark. Clark, bank pass to himself, finds its way. Pin now in that far corner. Still pinned, two players aside going for it. Comes loose for a moment, re-pinned. Now comes out for Montana, now with the captain, Teague Wagner. Up to Pankratz now. His pass goes awry, intercepted by Houle. Artukovic, long pass up to Clark, tipped. Intercepted though. Clark, shot, saved by Wilson. Turned over right in front. Montana now trying to get something going. Dispossessed for a moment. Norwood and the other Wagner tip now comes out to Hunter. Hunter dives around a man, just couldn't corral it after the move. Up now for Montana, Walker. Shot saved by Buckholz, rebound controlled. Shot tipped by Koloshkov. Shot in goes wide. Rebound. And that's going to draw some attention. Hunter trying to pull Plant off of Buckholz. And Plant throws a fist at Hunter right in front of the ref. No call. And Montana going to the bench, not happy to have scored there. Great opportunity to, just couldn't come up with it. Todula now, face-off won by Bashir for Weber. Turned over, shot saved by Buckholz.
Wow.
Face off won by Montana at the blue line. Hamlin sends a shot, gets tipped, and Bashir gets it up to Mattingly only for a moment. Delayed offsides. Tajula has to reset. Parker, long pass up to Mater, finds its way, and Mater gets removed. However, he's able to dish to Bashir for just a moment before he's hit off. Now Montana will skate up to Kramers. Kramers back to Tajula. Tajula gets stick checked from Bashir. Forces the turnover. Mattingly, his pass goes awry. Now finds its way to Bashir, who dishes to Mater. Tries to go back to Bashir. Kramers. Pass goes awry. It's a 2-on-1. Mater and Bashir. Over to Bashir. Shot. An amazing save by Wilson there. Desperation move. Roshcliffe held up by Parker James. Long pass. Just couldn't get it up to Hughes. Reverse hit from Wagner, however, still finds its way up to Hughes. He'll dump it in. Weaver will complete the line change. Pass up to Roshcliffe. Morrill intercepts. Now back to Theed. Pass almost intercepted. Finds its way to Hughes. Driving up now over to Takatani. Shot in, tipped. And hand pass. That'll be a face-off down in the Montana zone. Face-off won by Weber. Back to Theed, wraps it around the boards for Takatani, who sends it back down for Reed, who gets hit off. Now with Teague Wagner. Pass up, intercepted. A big hit there on Reed's head. No call. Trying to be unbiased here this season, but that was a definite high hit on Reed. Not called. Alonzo dumps it in. Tipped. Weaver now passes. Shot saved by Wilson. And icing the call. Yosh wants an explanation as to why there was not a penalty there called. Face-off now won by Weber here in the offensive zone. Artugovic now. Over to Hunter now. Kloshkov slap shot saved by Wilson. Face-off now, glove side, Wilson. Setting up for it is Hunter for Weber and Tajula for Montana. Face-off won by Tajula. Turned over though, Norwood with it, behind the net. Looking for options. Pass up to Hunter, now to Kalashkov. Back to Hunter now. Hunter pickpocketed. And long pass waved off, turned over, shot saved by Buchholz. Face-off infraction. Weber still setting up. Mater against Tajula. Face-off won by Weber. Pickpocketed by Tajula. Pass rings over to Mater. Mater up to Bashir. 3-on-2. Bashir, shot, scores! For sure, the goal scorer, number 11, Simon Bashir, and one of the assists going to number 10, Corey Mater. With the other assist going to number 86, Tim Mattingly. Face-off won by Weber. It'll ring down to Buchholz, 10 minutes to go now. Shot saved by Buchholz. Again, number 11, Simon Bashir with the goal, assisted by number 10, Corey Mater, and number 86, Tim Mattingly. Sends Weber up 2-0 now. Face off, won by Weber. And Takatani loses the man. He breaks loose. Shot just wide. Reed picks it up. Glad to see he's okay after the high hit. And up and out of play. That'll come. Looks like it was going to come out for a moment. Ref saying no, we're going inside the zone. Blocker side of Wilson. Face-off won by Montana in their own zone. Back to Baird. No, up to Upton, my apologies. Long pass, broken through, and icing against the Grizz. That'll come all the way back down. Face-off won by Weber. Shot sent towards the net. Just deflected. Weber now pass up to Takatani. Drop pass for Hughes. Gains his own shot. Well wide. Cooper James just couldn't keep it on. Over to his older brother, Parker. Parker to Reed. Reed tips it in. Leaves it for Hughes. Driving around. Up to Cooper. Back to Hughes. At the blue line. Now sends a shot in. Tipped. Still loose. Weber, a diving effort there from Reed and Hughes to keep possession. Takatani loses the man, just gets stick checked by the goalie. Wagner intercepted, and Reed elects to dump in and go for a change. Schuster held up there. Takatani. That comes off. Long pass up to Alonzo. Drives. Pass up to Schuster. Shot. Just goes wide. Rebound controlled up to Teague Wagner now. Intercepted. Feed. Thanks to the stick work of Colin Morrill. Pass and icing against the Wildcats. That'll come all the way down. Face off one by Weaver. Back to Feed. Over to Morrill. Morrill up to Schuster. Schuster hit off. Shot goes well wide. Schuster corrals. Pass up to Azadi, intercepted. And Alonzo stick lifts a man. Sends a shot. No. Couldn't get it off. Morrill keeps it on. He'll dump it back down to Azadi. Back to Schuster. Schuster hounded by Tajala. Still held. It's Morrill at the red line. Sorry, at the blue line. His shot tipped. And quick skating work by Feed towards a breakaway opportunity for Montana. And icing against Montana. Face-off tied up now with Montana. Breakout pass up to Kramers. Intercepted by Artukovic. Norwood hits a man off. Still pinned on that near side corner. It comes loose. Now up to Kalashkov to Norwood. Kalashkov driving, just intercepted there. Montana had a man streaking down for the cherry pick. Pass over to Baird, and he gets cleanly taken out by body contact, and they're going to call it tripping.
That's got the walk of shame.
It's going to be number 92, Matt Poole, in the box.
We can't have him score that.
Face-off tied up, won by Weber. They get the clearance, just kept on by Teague Wagner. Back to Teague now. Shot in, saved by Buckholtz. Montana corrals. Over to Hamlin now from Packritz. Back to Hamlin. Cross-ice pass to Teague. Hamlin shot, glove down by Buckholtz.
It's just really yellow. Huh?
Face-off tied up. Sees it corralled by Hamlin up to Pankratz now for Montana. Over to Teague Wagner. Shot in, tipped into the upper netting. Face-off won by Weber. Schuster gets the clearance. And Montana slowed up. Now turning on the Jets through neutral ice. Niebauer sends it in to the corner. Ortagula corrals with help from Kramers. Up to Niebauer. Shot. And they score on the power play. Number 4, Alex Niebauer, unassisted. Sees Montana 1 goal down. Face-off won by Montana now. Tipped. Up to Mattingly now. Baird almost corralled for Montana. Bashir up to Mattingly. Bashir pickpockets a man in the Montana zone. Tries to link up. Mattingly now pickpockets a man. Mader removes the man from play. Loose puck corralled by Mattingly. Mader over to Mattingly now. Drop pass behind the net. Intercepted by Montana. Upton collects for Montana now. Tries to drive up. Still with it. Upton tried to center it. Intercepted by Feed over to Mattingly now. Mattingly high clearance. Gloved down. Pizzi over to Baird. Scared off by Veshier. Up to Kalashkov now. Over to Artukovic. Back down to Feed. Over to Mattingly. His pass goes. Icing waved. Wagner up to Pankratz now. Should have been an icing, waved off. Long pass goes. Shot in, saved. Hunter collects the rebound. Long pass, intercepted. Poole now links up with Norwood. Norwood dumps it in. And Kalashkov with the race wins it for Weber. Up to Morrill at the blue line, over to Poole. Sends a shot in, tipped, up high, still. Didn't hit the net. Hunter to Kalashkov. Over to Morrill now, drive shot wide. Rebound almost collected by Wilson, and a long dump in. Again, waved off incorrectly by the linesman. Long pass up to Pizzi. Had a man offsides, and he's now saying it's onsides. Reed Pass up to Takatani, intercepted by Hamlin. Wagner gains his own shot, blockered away by Buchholz. Morrill. Pass over to Reed. And offsides the call against Weber. Face off. Won by Weber. They'll dump it in. Long pass finds its way up to Baird for Montana. Slows up. Over to Plant. Shot goes wide. Alonzo will collect the rebound. Stretch pass just broken up. And again, body contact. A player dives and Weber will go to the box.
Not too happy.
Faced off, one by Montana, back on the power play. Centered, shot saved. Up to Gerlinick. Shot in. Rebound, shot, diving effort there from Norwood and Houle. Keep this game 2-1. Another great defensive effort there from Houle. Face-off tied up. The Weber shot saved by Buchholz. Another shot saved, tipped. That'll exit the zone. And Weber will go to the second intermission up 2-1. again, the Montana team's coming down to Utah for this weekend. Final from Salt Lake, Montana State and Utah going at it. Utah 4, Montana State 2 final score, meaning that if Utah State and Weber State win tonight, they will hold the Montana teams winless in Utah. Weber State currently 2-1 over Montana, and let's look up in Logan. And it looks like in the second period, Utah State not holding up the end of the bargain for the Utah schools. Down 5-2 to Providence. They'll have their work cut out for them in the third.
Hey, hockey fans, we need your help. When Weaver comes out, we need everyone to stand up and just yell as much noise as you possibly can. Let Montana know that Weaver has the loudest fans around. Keep up.
As both teams get ready to take the ice. Montana will start this period with a 1 minute power play. Face-off won by Montana. Up to Niebauer, up to Klein, who rings it in. Norwood now leads it, sends it to Kalashnikov, just fans on the shorthanded attempt. Now Tajula to Kramers, centered and loose puck, exits the zone. Montana has to retouch. Klein sends it to, weird bounce, shot in, save. Buchholz had it in his glove, hit out of his glove by a Montana player, and they're saying it's a good goal. Going to number 21, Ethan Gerlinick. Face-off won here by Montana. And meaning Montana capitalizes again on the power play. Turned over, Takatani gets hooked. James, shot, hit off the crossbar. Exits the zone. Parker James collects over to Reed now. Over to Parker, and Cooper dumps it in. James to James action there. Montana with it in their own zone. Long pass. And icing the call. Face-off won by Weber. Artukovic sends it in. Shot. Tipped aside by Wilson. Up to Seed now. Down to Mater, who's pinned. Has Bashir now helping. Comes loose. Mattingly picks it up. Centers to Bashir. Shot. Save. And Hamlin now leads the charge. Uholes clears the play. Wheeling now over to Seed off the intercept. And Weber get the clearance now. Up to Graves. Glove down. Wheeling dumps it in. Intercepted now by Artukovic up to Azadi. Over to Clark, who was removed from play before he even had the puck. Clark now on it. Tries to center it. A Weber player tripped in front of the net. No call. Face-off won by Weber. Parker James down to Azadi. Has Clark shot from nowhere, and Wilson elects to cover. Face-off won by Weber. Norwood up to Cooper James. And that could potentially be two power plays. Sorry, two. They're calling it against Hunter. They're saying a roughing. He didn't even hit a guy, and they're calling him for a rough. Yosh Ridgen, the coach of Weber, very animated right now. 3 back-to-back blatantly missed calls against Weber here. Sonia, I'm not sure, but I know 47, the linesman who's missed a couple of offsides calls against Montana, is a Utah State alumni. Big hit there behind the net. Norwood gains the puck. And he gets hooked and no call. Graves' shot blocked aside by Norwood. Shot in, fanned on the shot from Tajala. And Kalashkov gets the clearance. Long pass. And Gerlinick with it and offsides the call. Face-off tied up now, won by Weber. Poole gets the clearance. Teague Wagner intercepts. Hughes hounds him. Packritz now. Weber now forces a turnover. Poole turns on the Jets. He's hooked and tripped. No call. And a hit from behind there goes uncalled. Wagner, shot tipped wide. Shot in, Hughes. A Weber player taken down and still no call. I hate to insinuate anything, folks, but a lot of missed calls now. Hit from behind yet again. Centering pass, no one home. James shot, rebound, save. And what did you just do? Oh, it's this lever right here. There should be at least 2 penalties against Montana here. Clark again cheap shot it, and he's getting called for it. I can't believe there's not a second penalty against Montana here. a young Weber State fan giving it to the Montana player in the box. Now 3 Weber State fans asking him why he's crying. Face-off won here by Montana in their own zone. Quite frankly, I'm surprised Niebauer's not in the box for throwing a punch late there. Tries to wrap around Montana. Bashir over to Hool. Artukovic now turning on the Jets. Pass up to Bashir. Just couldn't link up. Loose puck corralled by Artukovic over to Poole now. Poole drives, gets hooked. Weber now with it. Poole sends it over to Kalashkov now. Cooper James now leading the charge. They'll ring it around for Kalashkov. Has Parker James shot, and they score! The goal going to number 5, Parker James, with the assist going to number 16, Makar Kalashkov. Face-off infraction, Hughes kicked out. Reed now in the face-off circle. Face-off won by Montana. One of the officials not happy with Hughes, saying, hey, all he asked was, why was I kicked out? Long pass goes awry for Montana. That'll be an icing. Face-off won by Montana. And Weber now, led by Hughes, has Reed. Driving was Takatani. Reed picks up the loose puck, centers it to Hool, sends a shot in, deflected. Gerlinick, shot, goes well wide. Weber tried to get the clearance, they can't. Tajala brings it down to the boards. Hool collects and sends it to Feed, who leaves it for Takatani. Takatani, long, high pass, intercepted. Reed. Bush League here from number 5, Soren Wieland. Reed was holding up to not run into Wilson. And it looks like one moment here, one of the refs said a game misconduct. This could be a 5-on-3 opportunity for Weber. And it will be. Tajula said something to the refs, and he got a unsportsmanlike, I believe. Still waiting for the penalty to go on the board in the rink so we can make sure we get the time up. Now Montana's coach certainly not happy. Looks like they've got the explanation now. No, it looks like Tajula's going to have a 10-minute misconduct, meaning we'll stay 5-on-4. Face-off one here by Weber. Poole over to Hunter. Kalashkov now to Poole. Down to Norwood, just tipped on it. Montana able to get the clearance down. As he gets hounded now. Up to Mattingly. No, Hunter. Holds up. Kalashkov back to Hunter. Up to Norwood now. Back down to Hunter. Hunter, back pass to Poole. Over to Kalashkov. Back to Hunter, who drives. Shot. Tipped. Hunter, shot, rebound. Shot in. Loose. And the net comes off its moorings. Face off, won by Weber. Back to Cooper James. Over to Alonzo. Shot goes wide. Mater collects. To James. Shot in. Still loose. On the doorstep. Couldn't collect. Back to Parker James. To Alonzo. His pass tipped. And Weber has to retreat. Regroup, long pass up to Reed, 25 to go. Parker James, long pass up to Bashir, connected for a moment. Long pass down. Slap shot off the knee of Plant. He's feeling that one. He's going to think about it. No, staying out like a warrior. Took it hard off the knee. Rebound shot. I'll tell you what, Plant blocked a slap shot with the knee, and he stayed out like a warrior, making sure that Montana wasn't down a man. Face off, won by Weber. Shot in, saved by Wilson. Bottom of the ninth, 4-4 in the World Series Game 7. Face-off won by Weber. Pass in, shot. That's in! That's in! He didn't have it. It went in. And they're saying it didn't go in. Face-off won by Montana. Tied up now, won by Takatani, who rings it back down. Montana. High pass in. Feed collects, sends it up to Reed. Back down in Takatani. Tries to flip it up to Reed. Couldn't get it. And now Weber State get it up to Reed, who's fighting Klein. And that'll go all the way down. Feed picks up. Dishes to Reed. Tips. Loose puck. Looks like Packritz collects. Sends it up to Pizzi. Intercepted by James. Kalashkov in. Shot saved by Wilson. Face-off won by Weber. James down for Hunter, who sends it to Norwood. Up to Hool at the blue line. Back down to Norwood. Over to James now. Shot in. Kalashkov on the doorstep. Couldn't corral it in. That would have been a sure goal if it landed on his stick blade. Hool down to Hunter. Hounded. Finds its way to Norwood. Back up to Hool at the blue line. Pass over to Parker on the opposite blue line. Shot. Rebound controlled by Weaver. Back up to Parker. Over to Poole. Sends it in. Shot. Gets deflected into the upper netting. Face-off won by Montana. They get the clearance. Poole tried to corral it. Hit there from behind, able to get it up to Azadi. Over to James now, up to Schuster. Alonzo removes a man, and a big booming hit there from Parker James. Up to Azadi. And Graves, angry that he got cleanly hit, tries to cheap shot Azadi. Pass up to Schuster. Gerlinick gains the zone, has Graves, shot, blockered away, that'll exit the zone. Mattingly drives, shot, glove down by Wilson. Two on, one out, still bottom of the ninth. Yamamoto comes in for Snell for the Dodgers. Face off, won by Weber. Matt Mater thought about the Michigan. James shot in, save. And Wilson takes a cheap shot at a Weber player. Hit a man with a blocker, which is Bush League. And unfortunately, they are going to call him for it. You can't hit the man with a blocker. Face-off won by Weber. Kept in there by Hunter. Kalashkov. Down in. Shot. Just getting to it was Wilson. Bases loaded, game 7, 1 out. Anything past the infield, the Blue Jays are your World Series champions. Face-off, 1. Back to Houle. Over to Hunter, shot in, and they score! Face-off won here by Weber. Player helmet comes off. And Hughes has to exit off. On the goal in just a moment. Weber State goal scored by number 19, Kevin Norwood, assisted by number 66, Caden Hunter, and number 16, Makar Kalashkov for a Weber goal. Sends them up 4-2. Face-off won by Montana. Icing against Montana. Almost called them Montana State. They would not have been happy with that. Face-off won by Montana, still loose. Controlled now by, almost by Weber. Now it's Klein for Montana. He'll send it towards Buchholz, and he'll elect to stop play. Face-off tied up, won by Weber. Up to Alonso now, gains his own shot in, blockered away, and we'll stop play at 4:07. Face-off, won by Weber. Weber's still with it. Shot in, tipped. And they're calling Alonso even though he got tripped. We've got a manager challenge in the World Series called out at home. Toronto's manager challenged the play and was upheld. 2 outs now, bases loaded. Face-off won by Montana. Sorry, no, by Weber. Both issued a holding penalty. Poole drives around a few Grizz, gains the zone. Offsides the call. And end of the 9th, 4-4. We're going to extra innings in Game 7 of the World Series. Face-off won by Weber. Hunter. Back to, I believe that's Mattingly. No, that's Hool. Back to Makar. Kalashkov. Drop pass for Parker. Pass over to Hunter, intercepted in Weber's zone. Quick skating by Parker James. Back with Hunter now for Weber. Drop pass to Kalashkov. He's turning on the Jets. The Russian missile drives up to James now. Down to Hunter, shot. Tipped up and up in the netting. Face-off won by Weber. Shot glove down. Face-off won by Montana here. Pickpocketed by Norwood. And he'll pass up to Parker James. Over to his little brother now, Cooper James. James over to the elder. Shot. Glove down by Wilson. Wilson not happy about something. I think he wasn't happy with the screen from the 6'5" James. Face-off won by Weber. And Grlinek trips over his own skate. Pass over to Cooper James now. Would have had a breakout opportunity there, but he trips over himself. Ooh. Hand pass. Looked like a high swing at the puck was about to get someone up high. Thankfully, it didn't. The amount of force behind that one looked real bad had it connected with someone. Now I imagine Montana wins this face-off. Wilson's to the bench for the extra attacker. However, Weber wins. Glove down by Hunter. And he goes to the bench, empty net, and icing against Weber. 52 seconds to go. timeout, Montana will step away. Face-off infraction. Tajula now out of the box after his unsportsmanlike misconduct. Face-off originally dropped, and we'll have another face-off infraction again against Tajula, so he's kicked out of the zone. My opinion, ref dropped it and then said it was an infraction. Weber now corrals, lifts the puck up, and Hunter almost wins the race. Still loose now. Weber just has to get a shot on net, and it'll go in. Hunter, shot in, scores! They're saying they're waving the goal off. He signaled goal and now they're waving it off. Huh? They're saying it was offsides. And Grlinek wants a delay a game call because of the lights turning off. It hit the back of the net, and they're saying it never went in. Face-off won by Weber. Shot in, saved by Wilson. Empty net now. And he slipped on it. Shot in, saved. 10 seconds here to go. And Weber will go into the weekend undefeated. West tried everything in their power to make sure Weber did not go into the first rank cycle undefeated. And final Weber 4, my apologies. Montana 2. Meaning Weber State, the only team out west undefeated going into the ranking cycle. And they sweep the series against Montana and Montana State and Providence. The hardest road trip out of the way. We'll see you here in a few weeks. Weber goes on a 2-week road trip.